All right, and here we go. So blocks, if you have them, you'll be fine without them. But if you have them, you might want to have them handy. And we're going to start sitting on our mat. So go ahead and find a comfortable seat and we'll begin. Find your way into a spot where you can sit up tall. If that means kneeling, great. If that means sitting cross-legged, great. Do whatever works. And then close your eyes once you get settled in. Just center myself a little bit better for you guys. Close your eyes once you settle in. And let your palms just rest wherever it's natural. So it could be on knees or thighs, or even one palm in the other on your lap. Find something that takes no effort to settle into. And then in a gentle way, start to go in and enhance your breath. One cycle at a time. Let each round of your breath be just a pinch deeper and slower than the round of breath that happened just before it. You can even notice the rib cage as you inhale. You can think of each of your 12 ribs gently lifting off of the rib that's underneath it. If you can kind of imagine what that would look like in your head, that gives you almost this fanning out of the side body experience. And we think of the breath oftentimes as front to back, like the belly's expanding. But if we don't mobilize the ribs a little bit, if we don't ask them to be more free moving and easy to open up, then we limit how much we're actually able to breathe. So as you inhale, think of that really gentle expansion. Sometimes I describe it like an umbrella opening up. And then every time you exhale, it's really passive. There's no effort, there's no extra strategy. You just kind of allow for air to leave your body and air to leave your lungs. Keep building the breath, keep settling in, and start to scan around through your body. Notice, as you always do at the start of a practice time, what exactly is calling for your attention? Or are you sitting here on your mat with a lot on your mind? Or are you sitting here on your mat with low back pain or sciatica or a rolled ankle or a hurt foot? Is there a surgery or a few surgeries that have been a part of your recent past that maybe you could reflect on and just make note of any progress and anywhere you'd like to see progress? And is your physical body in any way, shape, or form reflecting your mind? So for example, if you're stressed or if you've been stressed lately, are the shoulders a little bit elevated or rounded forward? Been kind of lethargic and maybe sitting on the couch a lot or not doing quite as much exercise, do you have a slumping in your low back or some tightness or tension there? And so on and so forth. Just a couple of examples of sort of random patterns that we all tend to experience from time to time. The sooner we note these patterns and make sense of them, the sooner we can correct them and balance them out. So 5 more breaths, just identifying any information that could be helpful. Maybe informs your intention or the way you'd like to approach this practice today. Regardless of your findings, see if you can move your shoulders a little farther onto the back and then shoulder blades a little farther down the back. Last 3 breaths here, sitting up even taller. And inhale, palms together in front of your heart, Anjali Mudra. Make note of an intention or a plan or a goal that you might have. And then very lightly bow your head to your hands and just offer that intention up into space. When you feel ready, lift your head, float open your eyes. And let's come right into tabletop position on our hands and knees. So take a moment to shift. If you are using props, you can place them somewhere up towards the front end of your mat. And I know this screen will cut my head off once I get started, so let's scooch that up a little bit. So blocks towards the top of your mat. If you think you'd like to use them, if you have them handy, you'll be fine without them. And then work your way into tabletop position on your hands and knees. Once you're in tabletop, inhale, cow pose your spine, lift the crown of the head and the tailbone up. And then exhale, cat pose your spine, hollow out your belly and round your back as you push the mat away. And then repeat, inhale, cow pose again. Chest moves forward, exhale, cat pose, push the mat away, round your back. 2 more of each, take it slow. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. And one more time, inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. Now come back to neutral. Place your right hand behind your head. Keep your belly button pointing straight down towards the floor. And again, to open up the rib cage area so we can breathe a little easier and more open, inhale, lean back and spin your chest open to the right. Try to keep elbow and ear in line. Try to keep your belly button pointing to the floor. And then exhale, do the opposite. Close that shake off and point your right elbow down. Then repeat, inhale, open your chest to the right. Exhale, close your chest to the floor. And 2 more times, inhale, open. Exhale, close. Last one, inhale, open. And then exhale, close. Back to neutral, right palm flat, inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat pose. Back to center, left hand behind your head, elbow in line with the ear, same thing, inhale, open to the left. And then exhale, close it down towards the floor. As best you can. See how much range of motion you have. Inhale, open again to the left. Exhale, close it down. 2 more, same thing. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. And then last one, inhale, open. And exhale, close. And then back to center one more time, left palm flat. Inhale, just one cow pose. And then reverse it, exhale, just one cat pose. This time though, stay in cat, pause, round your back a little extra and press your rib cage to the right so you can spread your right shoulder blade a little farther from your spine. And then stay rounded, come through center and press your ribs to the left. And then we'll do it again 2 more times each way, rounded back the whole time. So round through center, press the ribs right. Round through center, press the ribs left. One more time, round through center, press right. And then last one, round through center and press left. And then back to neutral, neutral spine, walk the hands a little forward, curl the toes, downward facing dog, stretch all the way back. And when you get there, take a moment just to pedal out your feet and familiarize yourself with how down dog feels in general, and then how it feels today. Maybe something's different. Notice the whole back chain of your body, from feet to calves, the hamstrings, glutes, lower back, middle back, upper back, shoulders and neck. And then keep your feet where they are at the back of the mat. Walk your hands towards your toes. Nice and slow, make sure the feet are parallel when you get there. And then palms to shins, inhale, half lift, lengthen. So reach forward through your spine and chest. And on the exhale, fold your belly over your legs, grab hold of opposite elbows, tuck your chin, and do a sway from side to side. Now remember, if you feel an exceptional amount of pulling behind the knees or right at the sits bones, bend your knees more. And I want you to notice if your tailbone is higher than your belly button. And if your tailbone is higher than your belly button, you're in good shape. Whereas if your belly button is higher than your tailbone, something like this, that means you're putting pressure on your low back. So we don't want that. So if you feel like your belly button might be higher than your tailbone, bend your knees more and more and try to get your pelvis to lift up much higher than your rib cage and your midsection. One more inhale, stay. Exhale, come on back to center, bend the knees, place the palms flat, walk it all the way out, downward facing dog. And as you get into down dog, pause. You can always substitute down dog with tabletop if you're tired, but you're gonna lift your right leg up into the air, keep the hips squared for now. And then exhale, right knee to your nose, come forward, lift the shin bone up, round the back, and step the foot between your thumbs. So right foot forward, stay on the ball of your left foot, and then blocks come in handy, or you can use your fingertips. I'll use my blocks just since they're right here. Inhale, straighten out the right leg. And then exhale, bend the right knee. Now just the left knee behind you. Inhale, tap the ground with your left knee. And then exhale, straighten out the left leg. And that'll be our pattern. So again, right leg straightens, right knee bends, left knee taps the mat, and then left leg straightens. Two more, same thing. Right leg and bend, left knee taps, then straightens. Good, and then last one, inhale, right leg straightens, and then you bend the knee, left knee taps the mat, and then the left leg straightens. Pause there, right knee's bent to a square, peel the right arm up into the air, lean back, stretch open. And typically we add shoulder circles and all sorts of stuff to this one, but for today, I just want you to bend the right knee a little deeper and reach upward through your right ring finger as if you could touch your ceiling or whatever is above you in your home right now. We're here for 3. Try to press your left heel to the back of the mat so you can stretch the calf muscles on that left leg. We're here for 2. And then last one, deep breath in. Exhale, circle the right arm around and forward towards the top of the mat and then land palm to a block or fingertips outside of the right foot. Step your left foot forward to meet the right top of the mat. Blocks to the side of your space if you're using them. Inhale, half lift, lengthen. Make sure your feet are parallel. Exhale, fold over your legs. And then press down to your feet. Inhale, reach the arms around and up, Utkatasana. Exhale, Samastitihi, palms together in prayer. You get a moment to reconnect and then reverse it. Inhale, circle the arms up. Exhale, swan dive forward, touch the mat. Inhale, look forward, lift halfway. And then listen carefully. Exhale, bend your knees, lower your fingertips to the mat or grab your blocks. Left foot stays, right foot steps back. So your left foot is now forward. We've switched our legs. Now, once you get into position, melt the right knee down. Scoot the right knee back a little bit, point the toes. Add a cushion if you need to under that right knee. And if you've got blocks, maybe go for the higher setting because you'll inhale, cow pose your spine from here. And you want these right side glutes to activate. Then exhale, cat pose your spine and hollow out your belly. And then repeat 2 more. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. One more time. Inhale, cow. Lift the heart. And then exhale, cat, round the back. Now come back to neutral. Props to the side again. Palms go flat, scoot the right knee in a little bit, and then sneak your left leg back to meet your right. Tabletop position, hands and knees. So if there's a better way, feel free to find a better way for you. Inhale, lean back, stretch the right arm up into the air. And then exhale, thread the right arm underneath the left side of the chest, but pause and hover. Then repeat. Inhale, lean back, stretch the right arm up. Exhale, thread the right arm through. And one more, this time we'll land. Inhale, lean back, stretch the right arm up. And then exhale, thread the right arm through. You can pause at the elbow or get the whole right shoulder down onto the mat. See if the right temple can rest on the mat. And then peel the left arm up into the air. Spin the left palm to face behind you. And then drape your left forearm behind your lower back. 5 slow breaths here. So you're slowly encouraging the right shoulder blade to move away from the spine and the left shoulder to move up and onto the back. A little heavier pose than most, so you just relax into it, just like a child's pose, and fine tune your breath. Last 3. And 2. Last one, deep breath in. Peel the left arm up into the air. Exhale, left palm flat. Use that for leverage. Unthread the right arm. Lean back, stretch it up. Right palm flat, one cow and one cat. Inhale, lengthen forward. Exhale, hollow out the belly, round the back. And then back to neutral. Walk the hands a little forward, downward facing dog. Curl the toes, lift the hips. Now you can stay in down dog or even make it a tabletop. Or if you feel pretty good about things, inhale, come forward, plank pose. Exhale, lower halfway and then all the way down. Point your feet, shoulders down the back. Inhale, cobra pose, or it could be up dog if you like that better. And then exhale, downward facing dog, hips to the sky, thigh bones press back, pedal out the feet. Or tabletop instead if your shoulders are tired today. Give it a wiggle, get acclimated with however things are feeling in real time, right here and now. And then left leg when you're ready for it. Inhale, reach the leg up and back. Exhale, left knee to your nose, come forward, lift the shin bone up, pause, and then step the foot between your thumbs or grab the heel, sweep it up anytime you need to. Now, fingertips or blocks, depending on what you have and what your preference is. Frame out the left foot and then inhale, straighten out your left leg. Exhale, bend your left knee. And then the right knee behind you. Inhale, just tap the floor. And exhale, straighten the leg. And then 3 more cycles, same thing. Left leg straightens. Left knee bends. Right knee taps the floor. Right leg straightens. Good, and repeat. 2 more. Left leg and bend. Right knee taps. Then the right leg straightens. Last one, same thing. Left leg straightens. Left knee bends. Right knee taps. And then right leg straightens. Now your right hand's gonna stay where it is. Right leg is straight behind you, left knee's bent to a square, and you'll lean back, peel the left arm up into the air. But a little different than what we normally do here. We're not gonna add anything on, we're just gonna reach through the left ring finger. So try to imagine that your ring finger could grow a little longer towards the ceiling. And then press your right heel towards the space behind you. 3, 2, 1. Now circle the left arm around, down and forward to the top of the mat. And then step your right foot all the way up to meet the left foot top of the mat. Walks to the side for a moment. Inhale, half lift, lengthen. Fingers down or palms to shins. And then exhale, fold over your legs. Press down through your feet. Inhale, reach the arms around and up. Utkatasana, little pause at the top. And exhale, Samastitihi. Take a moment, reconnect to your intention, your breath, your goals, your self-awareness. And then let's keep it moving. Inhale, circle the arms up. Exhale, swan dive all the way forward, nice and slow. Touch the mat. Inhale, half lift, lengthen, pause. And then exhale, this time, fingertips lower down, or you can grab your blocks. Right foot stays where it is, and the left foot steps to the back of the mat. So again, make sure that you're switching legs so you don't do the same leg twice. Now, left knee melts down for this one. You can scoot the knee back a little bit and point the toes. Always add a cushion if you feel like you need one. And then I like the higher blocks to get a little deeper in this one. See what you feel like you need. And we've got 3 cat-cows from here. So inhale, lengthen forward, lift up through your heart. Exhale, hollow out your belly, round through your back. And then 2 more of each on the breath. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. 1 more time. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. And then come on back to neutral. Blocks to the side if you've got them. Palms flat. Scoot the left knee in just a little bit, and then find a way to get your right leg back to meet your left in tabletop, hands and knees. Once you've set up your tabletop, inhale, stretch the left arm up and back. Exhale, thread the left arm underneath the right side of the chest, pause and hover. And then 2 more of those. Inhale, lean back, stretch up. Exhale, thread the left arm through. 1 more time. Inhale, lean back, stretch up. And this time, exhale, thread the left arm through. You could pause at the elbow, or if you're able to get all the way down to the left shoulder, see if you can relax your left temple to the mat. And then if and only if you feel good about it, you can peel the right arm up into the air. You can spin the right palm to face behind you. And you can drape the right arm behind your lower back, if it feels right. And then maybe close the eyes, certainly deepen the breath. We're here for 5. And 4. 3. And 2. And then last one, deep breath in. Exhale, peel the right arm back up into the air if it's tucked behind your back. And then right palm flat, unthread the left arm. Lean back, stretch it up. And we'll end with another cow and cat. So left palm flat, inhale, lengthen forward, cow pose. Exhale, round your back into cat pose. Good, and then come back to neutral, walk the hands forward, curl the toes, downward facing dog. Or tabletop if you're substituting. Pedal out the feet, see how things feel. And then very optional, a vinyasa before we get back up and on our feet a little bit longer. So if you'd like, inhale, you can come forward to plank. Feel free to skip this part if it's too much. If you're in plank, lean forward, lower halfway or all the way down. Point your feet, engage your legs. Inhale, curl the chest forward, cobra or a deeper pose. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Stretch it all the way back. Pedal out the feet once you're there a little bit. And then right leg, inhale, sweep it up and back. Now this time, bend the knee, open up the hip. So whether you're in down dog or tabletop, try to reach that right knee higher. And then right knee to your nose, come forward. Lift the shin bone up, round your back. And step the foot between your thumbs or grab the heel, sweep it up. Stay on the ball of your left foot behind you. Make sure that your feet are hips width apart so they would have 2 fists between them if they were side by side. And then come all the way upright, crescent lunge. And I want you to take a moment to neutralize your pelvis. So make sure it's not tipping forward or tipping backward, but right in between. And also firm the ribs towards the spine, and that's going to help with your balance. Now, once you're in position here, arms can reach up. Find a focal point. We've got a little balance exercise, so do your best. Inhale, straighten your right leg. Exhale, bend both knees, palms to prayer, and if you feel like you want to challenge, you can tap the mat with your left knee. If that's too much, just work the front leg. Inhale, reach the arms up, straighten both legs again. And then exhale, palms to prayer, bend and tap the knees, or skip the tap with the back knee. 2 more times. Inhale, reach up, stretch up. Exhale, bend, palms to prayer, maybe tap, maybe skip that part. And then last one, inhale, reach up, stretch up. Exhale, bend, maybe tap, palms to prayer, pause. Now everyone straighten out the left leg behind you, twist to the right, and then see if you can take the left elbow outside of the right knee and thigh. Palms stay in prayer. If that's too much, you can stay more upright. And if balance is an issue, just set that left knee back down. We're here for 3. Looking down always makes balance easier, so take whatever modifications you need. We're here for 2. And last one, deep breath in. Exhale, look down, spiral your torso down, fingertips to the mat. Lift your left knee if it was lower. Spin the left heel down to the mat, heel to arch alignment in your feet for warrior 2. And then once you've got your setup, circle the arms around and open. Sit the hips nice and low. Second warrior, lean forward, flip the right palm, inhale, peaceful warrior. And then exhale, side angle pose, come halfway forward, top arm up and over. And then 2 more just like that, same thing, inhale, peaceful warrior. Exhale, side angle pose. And then 1 more, inhale, peaceful. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, warrior 2, press down, lift up. And then exhale, cartwheel the arms down, frame out your right foot. Spin to the ball of your left foot, set your left knee down. So maybe add a cushion again. Grab your blocks if you want them, half Hanuman. So the right leg's gonna stretch towards straight. And the key with this one is that you really lengthen your spine. So think cow pose instead of cat. Keep the collarbone spread out and then slowly bow over the right leg. As you bow, notice if you start to round your back, which we don't want. So try to keep that reach of the spine. We're here for 4. And 3. Last 2. And 1. Listen carefully, we've got one more balance pose. So you're gonna exhale, bend your right knee back to a square. Blocks to the sides if you've been using them. Fingertips frame out the right foot. Curl the left toes, lift the left knee, step forward. Top of the mat, left foot meets the right. Either big toes touch or feet hips width apart, but do make sure the feet are parallel. And then bend your knees, sink your hips, tap your fingers in line with your heels. Try to get really low. Keep your hips that low, reach the arms up, chair pose, Utkatasana. I don't give you guys this one too much because it's a tough pose and I really don't like it, but it's a good one to build the thighs and the glutes. So you could stay right here, or next level, palms to prayer, stand on your left foot, pull your right knee into your chest, just let it hover. Or next level, dorsiflex at the right ankle, think about figure 4, that pigeon pose that we do so often, and maybe cross your right ankle over top of your left thigh. Wherever you go with it is perfect. Inhale, reach your chest forward, and then exhale, sit the hips a little lower. 5. And 4. 3. Last 2. And then one more. Deep breath in, stay. Exhale, just try to push the ground away. Come all the way upright to stand. Right knee hovers at your chest if you're able. And then slowly step Tadasana, mountain pose. Right foot meets the left, arms release, palms face forward. You can shake out that left leg if you need to. And then inhale, circle the arms around and up. Exhale, reverse it, swan dive all the way forward and touch the mat. Inhale, look forward, lift halfway. And then exhale, downward facing dog to start. You'll have options from there. So step it back to down dog. Pause for a moment, maybe wiggle. You could melt the knees down, child's pose, take a rest. You could melt the knees down, tabletop, do a couple of cat-cows. You could stay right there in your down dog, or harder option, you could take one more of those vinyasa sequences, meaning you would inhale, come forward plank. Exhale, lower halfway or to your belly. Shoulders on the back, inhale, cobra or up dog if you want it. And then everyone, downward facing dog just for a moment. And before we do that last bit of sequencing, set your knees down on the mat. If you've got a prop, maybe you sit back on your prop. Either way, find a way to sit up tall. And if that means you grab a chair and hop on it, or your couch is nearby and you hop on that, that's fine. Let's do eagle arms before we get the second side. So go post the elbows, palms face forward. And then keep your spine really upright. Take your right elbow under the left and either grab shoulders or backs of palms, or palms can come together, whatever makes the most sense for you. Then lift the elbows up, reach the elbows forward, and melt that whole shape down to your heart. You'll keep that, tilt your right ear towards your right shoulder. Spin your gaze down and towards the right, and then tuck the chin a little closer to the chest. Once you're there, close your eyes if you're able. And take a moment just to gently rock the head side to side. And if you're especially tight in the neck, the shoulders, the upper back, just breathe into that. Give it a moment to air out. Notice how even your attention is helpful. Because once we pay attention to areas that are tight or imbalanced or offset, our natural intuition is to start to make things more balanced or to loosen things up. So for example, if someone tells you that your shoulders are hunched, the first thing that you're going to do is try to relax them. Or if someone tells you you're barely breathing, the first thing you're going to do is deepen your breath. Same thing here. Next, inhale, lift the head, float open the eyes. Unravel the arms, come back to your goalpost. Make sure you're still in a comfortable seat. If not, adjust it, and then go left elbow under the right. So same thing, second side. Try to choose the same level of eagle arms. And then lift the elbows up, reach the elbows way forward, and melt that shape down to your heart. Keep that, tilt your left ear to your left shoulder this time. And then spin your gaze down and towards the left. And then tuck your chin to your chest. Close the eyes if you're comfortable with that and start to rock the head from side to side. Not here long, last 3. And 2. And 1. Now lift the head, float open the eyes. Unravel the arms, interlace fingers in front of your heart, and then spin the palms away from you and round the back like cat pose. Then you'll take the same shape of the arms, reach it up and overhead towards the ceiling. Palms face straight upward if possible. Curl up and over to the right. Fan out the left side ribs. And then lift through center, curl up and over to the left, and fan out the right side ribs. And then 1 more of each. Lift through center, curl to the right. Last one, lift through center, curl to the left. Good, and then come back to center, release the arms, slowly circle them down. See if you can keep them symmetrical. And oftentimes one arm will drop a little quicker than the other, so try to keep it within your control. Once the arms come down, shift forward off of any props you might be using, and you'll gently work your way forward and into downward facing dog or tabletop. So get yourself prepared for that last bit of standing work. Got to get through the left side, then it's all stretch and unwind. Pedal out the feet once you're in position. Remember, tabletop is an option if you like that better. And then remember, the whole way through, you've got modifications, so make it simple if that's what you need. Left leg when you're ready. Inhale, sweep it up and back, 3-legged dog. You can bend the knee, open up the hip for this one. And then left knee to your nose, come forward. Lift the shin bone up, take it slow, pause. Left foot steps between the thumbs, or you grab the heel, sweep it up. And then you want your feet to be hips width apart, and you'll stay on the ball of your right foot. So remember, we're talking balance from here on out. So you want to have the utmost possibility for success. So really set up your foundation in an appropriate way, and then you can lift up. Hands to the pelvis can be helpful for a moment to make sure that it's neutral instead of tipping forward or tipping backward. So try to find a space right in between, and then ribs towards the spine, arms reach up. Now doing the best you can, and if it's too hard, you could be right here the whole way through. Crescent lunge is great. If you want extra, inhale, straighten out the left leg. And then exhale, bend either the left knee or both knees, palms to prayer, and option to tap the right knee to the floor. That's harder, so skip that part if you don't need it to be harder. And then repeat, inhale, reach up, both arms reach up, both legs start to straighten. Exhale, bend both knees, palms to prayer. Maybe the right knee taps down, maybe not. 2 more times, inhale, reach up, stretch up. Exhale, bend, maybe tap. And then last one, inhale, reach up, stretch up. Exhale, bend, maybe tap. And then straighten out the right leg behind you, although it may come back down. Twist towards your left. And just see if you can connect your right elbow outside of your left thigh. And then if balance is tricky, maybe the right knee comes back down. Roll the chest open to the left. And breathe. 3. And 2. And 1. Now look down if you're not already. Spiral the torso down, fingertips to the mat for support. Curl the right toes, lift the right knee, and spin the right heel down, warrior 2. So left heel and right arch are going to line up with one another. Once you've got that, circle the arms around and up as you come upright. Sit the hips nice and low, and then try to widen your left knee a little bit to the left so you can really feel the inner thigh opening up. From here, lean forward, flip the left palm, inhale, peaceful warrior, same legs. And exhale, side angle pose instead, come halfway forward. But again, try not to change the legs if you can help it. 2 more times, inhale, peaceful, curl back. Exhale, side angle, bring it forward. Last one, inhale, peaceful. Exhale, side angle. Now this time, inhale, warrior two, press down, lift up, pause. And then exhale, nice, you guys. Cartwheel the arms down, frame out your left foot. Spin to the ball of your right foot behind you. Grab your props if you want them. Melt the right knee down and add a cushion if you need to. And stretch your left leg towards straight, half Hanuman. So as you get into position, inhale, chest moves forward. Shoulders down the back. And then exhale, fold. Keep reaching as you bow. And let your head get nice and heavy. We're here for 5, so a little slower, longer hold with this one. We've got this pose and then our standing balance, and then we're off our feet the whole rest of the way through. Last 2. And the last one, see how deep an inhale you can take. Exhale, start to bend your left knee, step your left foot flat, props to the side, fingertips frame out your left foot, curl the right toes, lift the right knee, step forward, top of the mat, right foot meets the left. Bend your knees and sink your hips low, feet parallel, tap your fingers in line with your heels if you can get there, and then try to stay that low, reach the arms up. Option number 1, chair pose, and you stay. Option number 2, stand on your right foot, palms to prayer, left knee hovers at your chest, and you stay. And just focus on this right hip firming in, which is great for keeping the hips stable. Option number 3, dorsiflex at the left ankle, toes towards the shin, and then go left ankle, right thigh. And then sit your hips low, open up your chest, 5, and 4, 3, and 2. And then last one, take a deep breath in. Exhale, challenge yourself to push the ground away, stand all the way up. Maybe the left knee comes with you and hovers. And then slowly, mindfully step, mountain pose. Left foot meets the right, top of the mat. Shake it out if you need to. Inhale, circle the arms around and up. Just a little half sun salutation here. Exhale, swan dive all the way forward, touch the mat. And then inhale, half lift, lengthen, palms to shins or fingers down. Exhale, bend your knees, sink your hips, and this time come all the way down and sit. Now, as you come all the way down and sit, let's see if I can get us a little bit more light here. As you come down and sit, that's slightly better. You're going to go feet together and knees wide, Badakanasana. And then either interlace your fingers and wrap them around your toes, or take your peace sign fingers of each hand and wrap them around just your big toes. So see what's more comfortable and easily accessible. And then inhale, lengthen forward, lift your heart. Exhale, hinge at your hips, bow over your legs. And as you fold, you can tuck your chin. Hang your head, close your eyes, shoulders back, 5 here. Sometimes the standing poses can seem overwhelming, can seem like too much effort that you have to put into them. But to get through a whole lot of standing poses makes it that much easier for these forward folds and back bends, and lower to the ground poses to be much more progressive. We can have much more success in them. Last 2. And 1. So slowly lift up, release your big toes. Help your knees together, but then you'll take your legs into a V shape. So you might have to adjust based on the space that's around you. See how that goes. I'm going to mirror you guys as best I can, but try to just listen to the rights and lefts and don't get too caught up in what goes where if you can help it. But we'll do both sides either way. So if you do it in reverse order, that's okay. Now to mirror you, so to do the opposite, the right hand is going to find the left thigh. So right hand, left thigh, you're crossing your body. The left arm is going to reach up into the air. And then you'll spin the left palm to face the right. Keep your sits bones evenly grounded. And notice both my ankles are in dorsiflexion. My legs are really active. And then you're going to curl up and over towards the right, trying to ground a little extra through your left sits bone. So notice if the left side of your pelvis feels lighter, and try not to let it lift up. We're here for 4 and 3, 2, and 1. Now left fingertips come down just inside of your right knee. Right fingertips are going to find their way just outside of the right knee. Legs will stay the same. Inhale, reach your chest towards your right big toe. And then exhale any amount without changing your setup. Walk your hands forward and take it into a fold over your right leg. Same rules apply as with any forward fold. Try to reach your chest towards the top of your right foot and then keep that reach underneath the foundation of your pose as you just get heavy. Kind of settle into it. We're here for 3 and 2 and last one. Deep breath in. Exhale, lift all the way upright, but stay angled towards the right because you're going to take your left hand outside of your right thigh. So same thing, second side. Left hand, right thigh. Peel the right arm up into the air. Spin your right palm to face the left, and then gently curl up and over to the left until you feel enough of a stretch. And as you do that, try not to lose the grounding of your right sits bone. And then maybe the gaze turns down and you tuck your chin if you want to relax the neck. We're here for 4 and 3 last 2 and 1. Now right fingertips come down just inside of the left knee. Left fingertips come down just outside of the left knee, and then inhale, chest towards your left big toe, so your torso's angled towards the left. Exhale, slowly walk it forward and downward, any amount that you want to. So you might be very comfortable sitting almost upright and still getting a stretch. So don't force anything to be further than you need it to be right now. We're here for 3 and for 2 and then last one. Deep breath in. With your exhale, slowly lift up. Once you're upright, take both of your knees, bend them to give your legs some slack, and then slide the legs together and stretch the legs out towards straight. Again, you'll dorsiflex at the ankles, so same activity there in the legs. Inhale, reach both arms up, and your belly button points right in between your big toes, and then exhale, hinge at your hips, bow forward, same way, and let your arms float down into whatever place they land. Inhale, chest towards your big toes, shoulders back, and then exhale, fold. Ease your way into it. Breathe a little deeper. 4 here. And 3. 2. And 1. Now flat back. Inhale, rise all the way up. Bend your knees. You can help your knees to bend using your hands. Center yourself on your mat if you shift it around to do any of those forward folds. Bring a block with you if you have one, just in case you want an easier back bend. And then your choice to either walk your fingertips down alongside of you or use your belly to come all the way down the length of your spine. Once you come all the way down onto your back, full body stretch. Inhale, reach the arms and legs apart. And then exhale, arms alongside of you, palms face open, bend your knees, step your feet in. You've either got 2 bridge poses, if you're more advanced, 2 wheel poses or a bridge and a wheel, or you've got a supported back bend. So think for a moment about where you're at right now and what your intention was at the beginning of practice. And then based on how you feel and based on those 2 things combined, step into your feet, lift your pelvis up. Easy option is you slide a block underneath the flat part of your low back and rest on top of it. Next level, harder option, you keep the hips lifted and clasp hands behind the back for bridge pose, Setu Bandhasana. And then the next harder option is full wheel. And I'll talk you through that one the next round in case anyone's thinking about it, but that's a pretty big pose, so never feel like you're not doing well enough if you don't do deep, deep back bends. They're not for everyone and they're really stimulating, so sometimes they're just too much to handle. Wherever you are, release, come all the way back down. Rest easy on your back. Take a moment, pause, see if you're fulfilled by that level of activity, whether it was supported bridge, regular bridge, or full wheel. If that's where you need to be, maybe you repeat. If not, you adjust. If you want to go the next level, and you feel like full wheel maybe is in your wheelhouse, or maybe you're kind of starting to think about it being there, you'll step into your feet the same way, lift your pelvis up, just like bridge. And then for this one, you would reach the arms up, bend the elbows, and reach the wrists down, extend the wrists so that the palms come just alongside of the shoulders, between the shoulders and ears. Elbows point up at the ceiling. Now, this is a great lower body worker and forearm, wrist, shoulder stretch. But if you're still going with it, you can roll to the crown of your head, curl into your upper back, and then eventually you push the mat away, and maybe you lift all the way up. Straight arms, straight legs. It takes a while to get straight arms and straight legs, so you start with what you have and what you're able to work with. And then when you're ready to come down, no rush by any means, but you'll tuck your chin and roll down the length of your spine. So again, don't feel like that's an end goal. Just know that that's a pose. Know that that's an option. And it looks like your screen's probably a little dark, so who knows if you could even get a good visual on that, but hopefully the audio cues were helpful. Now, whatever just happened, you're grounded again. Step the feet as wide as your mat, palms to your belly, windshield wiper both of your legs to the right, meaning both knees will just kind of fall outward to the right. And then bring both knees back to center, pause. And then both knees kind of fall their way up and over to the left. One more of each, come back to center, pause. And then lower to the right. And again, back to center, pause. And lower left. And then come back to center. Heel toe the feet a little closer together. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh, just in case the balanced version of your figure four was a little too tough or too tricky to work with. We'll do an unbalanced version. So right ankle crosses over the left thigh like a figure four pigeon. And then either you stay there as is, or you can pull the left thigh in, clasp hands behind it, shoulders down the back, and maybe take a couple of rocks from side to side. Not here long because we're ready for Shavasana. So one more inhale. Exhale, release and step switch. Left foot flat, right foot flat, and then left ankle crosses over the right thigh. Maybe that's plenty. Maybe you take that shape, pull the right thigh in, and clasp hands behind it. So see how you feel and see what you're up for. And then if you brought it in closer, you might rock a little bit side to side. But no pressure for any of these poses really to look like anything. You're just here to be in your body for an hour. To be in your breath for an hour. That's a success story. If either or both of those two things happen. Next exhale, you can release that. One more time, full body stretch. Inhale, reach the arms and legs apart. And this time, exhale, circle just the arms back down alongside of you, kind of like you're doing a snow angel. Palms land facing open. Separate your legs so that your heels are a little wider apart. Back of the head heavy on the floor, shoulder blades and pelvis heavy on the floor. And you can take the next few minutes to digest and unwind. If you catch yourself thinking, bring it back to a breath or two. Try to let the mind be as blank as possible. If you've got the time in your evening to stay and linger, and always stay until you feel ready to come out of your resting place. If you feel rejuvenated and that you've gained from Shavasana what you needed from Shavasana, start to just deepen your breath. As your breath spins deeper and deeper, your toes and your fingers can start to move. Maybe rock the head from side to side. And then stretch into the arms, stretch into the legs. And counter that by hugging your knees into your chest. And rolling around to smooth out your back. After you spend a moment just taking inventory one more time, smoothing out anything that's still tender, you can roll over to one side. It doesn't matter which, just find somewhere to linger another moment in the fetal position. Bring an intention back to mind if you've got one. Consider setting a brand new intention. Push the ground away, come all the way upright. And as you come upright, take a seat. And sit however it's comfortable for you to sit. Palms in prayer once you get there. To seal everything in, first do a body scan. Make note of each and every part of yourself. And with the breath slow, with an intention in your mind, we'll finish with Om. So as always, feel free to join or feel free to listen. Take a nice deep breath in. And bow your head to your heart. The light in me honors that very same light in each one of you. Namaste.